What's up, people? I just wanted to do a quick video this weekend about getting ready for a gig. So I am currently in my office where you guys see me shoot videos, and I have two family members upstairs, my wife and my daughter, and they got real sick like 2 days ago. So I've been trying to take care of them, but yet keep my space because I have a gig tomorrow, which is a Sunday. So it's currently Saturday night, and I am just getting everything together. I thought I'd come down here and escape for a little bit and in the germ-free zone and get my stuff packed up. So I thought we would talk a little bit about, like, what do we take to gigs? So obviously it depends on the group you're in and what your role is in the band and everything. I have always been a band leader, so for me it's taking a lot of stuff. But in my new band, Mark Hopkins and the Pretty War, one of my old bandmates, Jamie, plays saxophone and guitar, some keys. He's like our utility guy. He's kind of going to be doing a bunch more gigs with us this year, and he is bringing the PA. So he does an amazing job, by the way, at running sound and hooking up our in-ears and all that stuff. So what I'm bringing tomorrow is, when I usually would bring the PA and everything, I'm only responsible to bring a monitor for the keys, which I'll be playing keys, this keyboard right here, which is the Yamaha, what is it again? YC73, yeah. So I'm going to be playing that. I'm going to be playing through this head, but this cabinet. So I'm going to take the 112 Two-Rock cab, Bloomfield. So that is my amp. I'm taking, because I can, I usually don't do this. I usually try to take one, maybe two guitars, but tomorrow we're playing a really cool brewery that has an awesome barn, and we've got plenty of space. So tomorrow I'm going to take all three of my guitars. So I'm going to take my Strat, my 335, my Mockingbird, and my drop tuning guitar, so my Open C Strat. And then I'll have I have a Hercules 3-guitar stand. So we can actually, we can just talk about all the stuff that we're using. So, off camera, sorry. So I'll be taking the Two-Rock. This is my in-ears, so everything I need for the in-ears in here. Oh, by the way, I have rechargeable batteries that I have to put in the in-ear pack. Note to self. Here's the awesome, this is the Hercules 3-guitar rack. I originally really wanted to get that old school tweed looking thing that's like that Fender case, that's like a suitcase thing. But when I felt one, I was in a shop and I saw one, I was like, oh great. It felt flimsy, didn't feel like super sturdy. And I know there's some other companies out there that make that suitcase 3-guitar stand. If anybody knows or has one that they really like, let me know in the comment section, because I would love to have something a little bit more compact. This thing's great, but I'd like to have something more compact. So let me know in the comments below. But okay, so Two-Rock, Bloomfield Drive, 112, Two-Rock speaker cabinet, and then my three guitars. I have a Mackie. Where is it? Is it in here? No, I think it's out in the basement next to my drum set. So I have a Mackie 112 monitor that I use usually to monitor the keyboard on stage, and my friend John is sitting in and playing tomorrow. So usually we would be using our in-ears, but I'm bringing that for him so he can hear the keyboard. And then it's just like my pedal board, which I just packed up. I should have done that on camera, but I packed it up. So basically, I'm taking my pedal board, that's the Pedal Train Junior, and I'm putting that in the Pedal Train 2 case, which is the pedal case for this big board. And I'm taking my talk box tomorrow because I haven't used that in a while. So I put the small board in there with the talk box and the channel switcher for the Two-Rock, and then my exotic wah is all in there. And ooh, I need to remember to bring a patch cable for the wah. So, and then my instrument cables in there and everything, my instrument cables. But for the talk box, I need two long speaker cables, which, here's my bag of shit. It's my bag of cables. And here's one of the speaker cables. And then I got to bring other cables for the keyboard. So usually what I try to do I'm not super anal about this, but I'm anal to the point where my ADD wants to know where things are so I don't lose stuff. So basically anything that is guitar cable related, meaning patch cables, instrument cables, things like that, I like to keep those with the pedal board and then a power supply with the pedal board. Because I'll also have a power supply for this, and then I'll also have a power supply for the monitor, and then I'll also have to have a power supply for the keyboard. Now the keyboard stuff will all go in the keyboard case. So I have that squared away. But for cables in my bag o' shit, I need a couple mic cables, so one for the keyboard, because I sing while I'm playing keys, sing while I'm playing guitar. I need 2 mic stands, which I have a mic stand case, soft case, so I'll put 2 mic stands in there, and also I have a stand for my iPad for lyrics. So I will do that as well. So I gotta charge that up overnight too, and remember that. And usually that stuff, like the iPad, I will put in my guitar case, like in this mono case, which, you know, these things are great. There's tons of pockets, but I'll usually put the iPad in here and store that there so I know where it is. So I try to keep things like with like, if that makes sense. But all the power cables, so for like the monitor and for, well, basically just the monitor, because I'm not taking a PA. So the monitor cable will be in the bag OS, and all the cables, like extra cables in case something dies, like mic cables, things like that, that will all be in here. I've got a couple of harmonicas in here. I have power strip and extension cords. So usually when you're going to a gig, it's good to take extra of things. So extra mic cables, extra power cords, extra power strips, extra extension cords, because you never know what you're going to run into. And when you're going to a brewery, the space that you're setting up in can vary vastly. So I would always recommend take extra stuff, because you might need extra extension cable, like extension cords, things like that, extra power strips, because you might be working off of one like breaker, like one outlet box. Sometimes I think this place has a couple, so I think we'll be okay. Don't really know much how good their power is, but I also recommend getting one of these to test the outlets to make sure the power is clean and things are coming through. This is a cheap thing I just got at Home Depot, and it works fantastic, but you can see how the outlets are. And yeah, that's really what I'm doing. It's not rocket science, but I would say always be prepared for the unexpected. So always show up with extra stuff, extra of like 2 of everything that you might need. So like take extra, like 2 power strips, 2 extension cords, and long stuff. Try to remember, like, the longer extension cords are better. It's good to have like a 10-footer, 15-footer, 20-footer for shorter distances and whatnot. But it wouldn't even be bad having like one of those. I have like a 100-foot out in my garage that sometimes I take that has 3 outlets built into it, and it's 100 feet. So I can run to an outlet and come all the way across the room, around the corner or whatever, and hook it up to where we need to be. We have Furmans. I have a Furman power supply with my in-ears. So that is solid and helping with clean power. And I usually will try to plug like this 2-rock into the Furman. But yeah, I mean, that's really it. I think besides that, I'm good to go. I need to just get the guitars together, get this amp ready to go. And I think what I'm going to do is try to get like an amp, like a soft case for this amp head and for this cabinet. Maybe even for this cab, but I might be selling these. I might actually sell my Studio Signature and just rely on this bad boy as my main cooking amp, because I've got this and I've got this Synaptic amp right here. I brought the Synaptic to the last gig because it was in a small room and I didn't want to be blaring out. This is 18 watts. This can be, 40 or 20. So tomorrow I'm going to open this sucker wide open. So anyway, I don't know. Anybody got questions? Again, let me know if you know of a different 3 guitar stand that is a little bit more compact than this one. But like I said, the Hercules stuff, it's great. It works fantastic. I have highly recommend K&K mic stands. They're very robust. Those are great. That's it. That's all I can think of. All right. We'll see you next week.